If you're new to the channel, I'm Gary Martin, one of the PGA pros from Huddersfield Golf Club, and today we're going to be filming part 2 of Rules with Jules. So then, Jules, how are you?
Alright, thanks, yeah.
Bit better weather than other day, isn't it?
I can't believe it, it's just incredible how much it's changed. We've gone from having a Bovril to just finished an ice cream, haven't we?
Unbelievable. We've had some great comments as well about weather. A guy from Australia said, he says, Gaz, he says, if you think it's cold, he says it's 10 degrees warmer in my freezer than it is outside. That one made me laugh at that.
Good.
What did you say? Did you say there were a comment you liked?
No, it's just reminded me of me and Gaz, we worked together at American Golf, and one of our old managers always used to say when it were really cold, I've just had to snap a dog off a lamppost. And it just reminded me of that, it was that freezing.
Yeah, so a lot better weather today, and obviously no wind. I mean, I'm not going to blab on too much, but we had a couple of great shoots and we had to cut them out. We couldn't use them because of wind damage, and obviously that's led us on to part 2, but apart from that, we absolutely loved it, didn't we? We really enjoyed it.
Brilliant, absolutely, and some really relevant questions as well. Really got us thinking, didn't it?
I think when we watched the video back again, we actually realised how much we enjoyed it, and you know, probably a little bit guilty of not knowing rules as good as I should have, and you know, I've come a lot better prepared today, so we're looking forward to this one, aren't we?
Yeah, especially the sun's out.
So the first rule we're going to talk about today is an embedded ball. Now this one's groundbreaking for me. An embedded ball used to be a free relief in the fairways and shortly mowed areas, but now they've extended that to the rough and the long rough. So if the ball's embedded, and that means it's underneath the surface, part of the ball is underneath the surface, you can take a free relief. Now Julian's going to demonstrate this one for us.
So as an example, you've hit a really good, decent sort of shot on a par 3, but just pulled it as a right-hander slightly. You've got your green here and the plug ball just here.
Let's have a look at that. So this is an embedded ball, it's gone underneath the surface, so you're entitled to a free relief. Can you demonstrate that for us, Jules?
Of course I can. Got a marker. So I just mark it there, and I pick it up. Gaz, can you clean that?
You can clean it as well. You can clean and drop.
Brilliant. That can't be, really?
It is, it's a clean and a drop, yeah.
That's unbelievable.
Very generous, isn't it?
So, getting that clean. And it's from knee high.
From knee high and as near to the point of where it was embedded as can, no nearer the hole.
Okay, so you're better off. Right, so from around this area.
Yeah, we happy with that?
Happy with that, no nearer the hole.
Excellent.
Marker up.
So we're just walking up next hole to outer bounds, and this next rule we're going to talk about, stroke and distance. I am so surprised that more clubs aren't using this as a local rule. I mean, with everything that's going on with pace of play, I think this is one of the biggest groundbreaking rules, you know, that we've ever had, and I've never even played it yet. Have you heard of that, Jules? Stroke and play?
No.
So if you knock a ball out of bounds, you don't need to hit a provisional anymore. You can, from where it sort of flew into the out of bounds, you can now take a relief, and we're going to demonstrate how that's possible. Now, whether or not your club's using a local rule and this is in play or not, this is definitely something that you could play in your social games of golf, or, you know, if you manage a roll-up, you've got a big group of players or a society, you know, why don't you incorporate this in your society, you know, and, you know, let's cut these round times down. We're assuming that Julian's hit a drive and it's just fractionally gone out of bounds. He's advanced the ball, you know, a good 250 yards here, and for speed of play now, rather than going back and hitting another ball, he's going to take a 2-shot penalty under stroke and distance. So we're going to demonstrate how you can do that, aren't we, Jules?
We are. Okay.
Just mark that ball for us. So he's marking the ball. He's going to take a 2-shot penalty. So that'll mean that that's 3 shots now. And he can walk right out to the fairway. So it's quite a long walk, this one. So he can't walk any nearer to the hole. So he's going to walk sort of 90 degrees and straight back into the fairway. And then once he gets to the edge of the cut, where the fairway starts, he's then got 2 club lengths to stick his marker.
So I'm out of breath with that.
So we're going to estimate 2 club lengths.
So this is where it starts.
Yeah.
So within this sort of 2 club lengths, this will be fine then.
Yes. So you've got anywhere between where you marked your ball and 2 club lengths in the fairway to drop the ball, but no closer to the hole. The hole's up there.
So again, I'd be asking my playing partner, is that any closer to the hole? What do you think?
Yeah. So just confirming that you're dropping in a legal area, and then just drop that back into play.
So knee height again.
Yeah. And then playing that up the fairway for 4 shots. You've avoided that long walk back to the tee, and you potentially avoided knocking another one out of bounds, haven't you, as a provisional ball?
Another brilliant rule.
You mentioned this, didn't you?
It's a brilliant rule. Well, the reason I said it is because there's been many cards that it's been a disaster for me because I'm struggling to get it round because I'm not swinging well, I'm not timing it well. Well, if I hit one out of bounds and I'm having to tee up again, there's every chance I might hit it out of bounds again.
Exactly.
But this is taking that extra 4 shots. You've still got a chance of having a good card.
Exactly, yeah, great point. So whilst we're on the subject of speed of play, there were a comment, weren't we had what were quite interesting.
Yeah, is it one from Graham Smith?
Graham Smith, yeah.
Yeah, it says generally he plays golf on his own and slow play is so frustrating. Catch up with folk and they just ignore you. Wait for 6 holes and then they offer to let you through.
So we've all been probably in that position where we've turned up in a 1 ball or a 2 ball to try and get 9 holes in possibly, and you get up to a 4 ball, there's no one in front of them and they're completely oblivious. And I think that is a good point, you know. I think people do need to be a bit more, you know, have a bit more attention at, you know, the position on golf course, and if there's an opportunity to let people through, you know, let them go, because, you know, speed of play is important, isn't it? We don't want people to sort of packing game in, you know, because they can't get 9 holes in after work. And I think when we played, I mean, there was some old-fashioned rule, I don't know if it's still in rule book, but was it like a 1 ball had no standing?
Yeah.
Now,
right.
I don't even think we need to check rule book on that, it's just common sense, isn't it?
Well, I just think you need to be mindful of your own card as well as their card, what your own game, because if people are pushing me, I know about it, it's putting me off my game. Let them through if you can.
I'll tell you what's putting me off is them chickens in background. But we're going to keep rolling, guys. There were another one, I can't remember who said it, but he mentioned about people looking for a ball. So I know when I used to play, the old-fashioned sort of, I don't know if it's old-fashioned, but the etiquette where it's once you start looking for a ball, if the group behind you is on the tee, you wave them up, you wave them through. So you don't look for the ball and... I'm not cutting.
Don't cut.
I'm not cutting.
Trying to do a video here.
We're trying to do a video here.
Morning.
Morning. Unbelievable.
No respect, have they?
Just no respect, have they? No etiquette. Yeah, so as soon as a group starts looking for a ball, that's when you should wave the group behind for if they're waiting on the tee to keep play moving. So Julian's had a bit of misfortune here. He's hit a ball and he's behind an immovable obstruction. The green is right in the direction of where we're going, but more importantly, you can't actually make a follow through, can you, Jules?
No, that's a really bad pun for the toilet. It's pretty bad. Unfortunate wording.
Could you just demonstrate your swing?
Yeah, absolutely. So as you can clearly see, if I were to follow through on that, clearly see that that's going to hit that obstruction.
So in this case, you would get a free relief from that. Okay. So it's immovable. You can't move the object, but you can take a free relief because it's in the way of. It's not a natural object, and it's in the way. It's immovable. So if you could demonstrate taking a free relief.
Okay. So mark the ball.
Mark the ball. 1 club length you get.
So which club can you use on this, Gaz?
You can use your longest club, your driver. Now, good point that, because you can't actually use your putter. And that is a new rule that came in, I think, 2019.
That must be because a lot of people are using the sort of, the longer the driver.
Yeah, I guess some people have putters that may be longer, yeah, maybe longer than the driver.
So obviously we've only got a wedge on us today, but you can use a driver. So in this scenario, marking the ball there, 1 club length over here, marking it again, and then it's a drop.
So then you've got an absolutely free shot to the green then, haven't you? Yeah. No obstruction in your way, so you actually benefited from that there.
No nearer the hole, completely.
Now, it is quite important while we're on this subject to state, now if Julian, if you can just bring your ball here, Jules, so you're obstructed by the obstruction.
Yeah.
If you can just drop it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere where you can make a full swing. Now, unfortunately, if his ball would have landed there and he can make a full swing, he wouldn't be entitled to a relief because
you can see there, that's
it's just very unfortunate that you've hit the ball there. That obstruction's in your way. Now you're not getting a relief because the obstruction's in your way. You were getting a relief because the obstruction was obstructing your swing.
correct. Yeah.
So unfortunately, if his ball would have landed in that position, he would have had to just play it as it lies. And I think you might think I'm blabbing, but I want to get as much detail on this as we can. Now, if your ball was, let's say, in the middle, so a bit close to where you could have hit the obstruction, you would have still only got a 1 club length relief from there.
Yeah.
So you'd have been able to bring it away so you can make a swing. But unfortunately, if it's still in your way, the relief were just so that you could actually make a swing, a full swing.
Yeah. That's clear.
So you understand that one, guys. This is one that really could save you a shot. I've seen people, not take advantage of this one, and it was one we wanted to put in there today. So just while we walk into the area, we're going to do our next rule. I had to have a laugh at some comments that you guys put. We've had some great comments, some that we could have probably made a full video with, and we will talk about them as well. But what were comments that you like, Jules?
Well, this first one, it's really short and sweet, but it's something you touched on the video a couple of days ago, and it's from Christopher Gerling. Yes, much easier seeing the rules being demonstrated.
I agree. I mean, they're quite easy watching, aren't they? Do you know what I mean? It's a lot better. You get boring. What did you say earlier about looking in them R&A books, taking to sleep?
Well, if you're ever struggling with insomnia or anything, to pick one up, because, oh my word. I mean, how long does it take to read something like that? Are you going to take it all on board as well?
I don't think you're going to take it on board. I think I'm certainly a visual learner, so for me, I think that were a great comment there. One I enjoyed was from Stuart Miller. He says, Gaz, I was really jealous watching you that shot against that tree, even though it did ricochet and hit your shin. That one made me laugh. That.
Well, tree all right though. That's the main thing.
Tree were all right, yeah. No trees were harmed. So one of the new rules from 2019 was no penalty for a double hit. So I'm going to try and demonstrate this one for you.
Hold on a minute. You're going to demonstrate a double hit? I'll give you a tenner if you can do a double hit.
Well, I'm only going to try it once.
Oh my word.
But if you were unfortunate enough to double hit the ball, there is now no penalty, so it'd just be one stroke played.
Amazing, I can't believe it.
Good rule, isn't it?
A really good rule.
So we're just losing a little bit of light and it's getting cold, so we're going to draw today to a conclusion. I'm just going to finish by asking Julian, because as you know, Julian's not played golf for quite a few years now. What you thought about them rules today?
I think some are just amazing, and I can't believe they weren't in earlier, to be honest. I mean, that one with the embedded ball, when I was playing, you shouldn't be penalised for a good shot, you know. And to take advantage of that now, if you know the rule, you're actually marking it, cleaning it, and dropping it from knee height rather than shoulder height, so you've got a better chance of it not being plugged in.
You've got a great point here. That's probably the first time that there's actually been an advantage to dropping from knee height, because your ball isn't going to plug again and it's not going to get dirty.
Yeah.
So that's probably one of few advantages of the actual improvement in that rule, I think.
But you shouldn't, yeah. So you could potentially get penalised for having a better ball flight than somebody else, a higher, more rainbow ball flight that's going to plug because of a bit of downpour or whatever, than somebody who hits a low ball flight.
Absolutely.
Very far.
Absolutely. Now, there another good little conversation we had off camera there, and I just wanted to really finish on that, because it weren't one I'd thought about, where Jules will brought it up. But you mentioned about integrity.
Well, yeah, I know it might sound a little bit strong, really, but I'm sure your subscribers, your viewers will get this. There's been times when I first started playing golf, I didn't know rules, I didn't know etiquette, and when I got it wrong, people are questioning me, and I felt like I'd been questioning my integrity. I'd been perceived as somebody I wasn't. I think, whether they were watching me take a drop wrong or whatever it was, and seeing that I might have been taking gaining an advantage from doing it wrong, and questioning whether I, again, sounds strong, whether I was cheating. I think this really does happen at golf clubs, and I hate to say it, but I think, people do get talking. If you were to unfortunately, make a mistake with how you drop a ball, or if you clean your ball when you shouldn't have cleaned your ball, and that kind of thing, it can be talked about, can't it? And it can, I think you made a great point. Gossip, you don't want that. So I think if you're ever in any doubt about a rule, what's tour play that keeps bloody doing stuff without checking with referee? My mind's gone blank, but anyway, Patrick Reed. Don't do a Patrick Reed.
check with your playing partners, and you know, before you pick the ball up, you know, make sure you all agree on what's happening and what you're doing. Yeah, I mean, that's the best way, I think, to protect your integrity, isn't it, as a golfer. So, just on the final note, we are going to carry on with this series. We're really enjoying it. We're going to make a bit of a Sunday thing, aren't we?
Yeah, great.
So, Rules with Jules every Sunday. It's going to come out at 11 o'clock, and we look forward to seeing you next week.
See you later.
Bye.